All right, hey you two, we are back. So since we're in plat now, it's incredibly more, I think, difficult to basically have a misplay and still win. So I decided to just now go back to my blind second deck list. So stuff with like cosmic and pot of desires for now, and I took out those there can be only ones because I feel like I don't know, it's not that strong compared to like everything else, right? It only hits, what is it, Dryton, kind of hits bird up, but so far, I mean, if I go first and they just make like a bunch of negates, I basically have like no chance and leave myself vulnerable to getting OTK. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll switch it up, see how it goes. So I drew Cyclone, Desires, a Jamming Wave, one Hornet Drone, and an Area 0. Remember, we were only playing one of those, so. And it just said 2. Okay. Scary stuff. Alright, so of course, first of all, you activate the multi-roll, see if you can bait out anything like Judgment, Ghost Ogre, etc. I don't think people are playing Ghost Ogre at the moment. And maybe when Sword Soul or Bird Up happens. I mean, it's a pretty good idea, right? Because the Samoric. Anyways, it's not as popular as it should be. So we're going to activate. Since I got no response, we're going to activate Jamming Wave. We're going to target that. And we are playing Eldlich. So we can safely assume that's probably not Imperial Order, because if it was, they would have probably activated it, right? So that's not Imperial Order. I'm assuming that's probably another one of those Eldlich traps. So that's why I have Cyclone. So hopefully that's the one that special summons from deck, right? Hopefully, I don't know. So of course we target Area 0 so we can get our raid out. We have 2 spells now. Decide to special summon into Hayate. And at this moment, if I recall correctly, I saw some highlighted stuff when this was summoned. So I'm like, Effect Veiler? Maybe, but I don't think they play Effect Veiler in Eldlich, right? I think? I don't know. But I'm assuming it's just something he's going to potentially chain, but he doesn't. So, and it turned out to be Judgment. Okay, so it's probably a good idea that he didn't do that. But I think that would have screwed me anyways, because that would have meant this thing was never summoned, and I don't get my Ray back. Just something to keep in mind. A little bit of a misplay, but I mean, we have Orange Jones anyways, so as a follow-up. Not that big of a deal. So we attack. Of course we send. We send a Widow Anchor. Why? Because remember we activated that Area 0 because some weird glitch or whatever on Master Duel. For some reason you can't choose chain links even though they happen at the same time. So this would, if you activate a skystriker spell when this was activated, that means this will proc first and then your Shizuku. So since we have no forms of interaction with our opponent, I decided to go for a Widow Anchor. I could have gone for, I think, Shark Cannon, but I think Widow Anchor is a better option because remember we have 3 spells engraved. I can steal their Eldlich or something in case on my turn. So we do the normal stuff. Shizuku, of course, end phase. He's gonna proc that to set 1 Eldlich. Sure. Then we have turn, so we're gonna set that. So we know he has an Eldlich. So that means they can summon Eldlich presumably in their turn. So of course we search for engage. So I'd have 3 cards in hand, no idea what they could be. Maybe they're the Eldliches. Okay, and we played into Lightning Storm. Cool. Doesn't really matter. But remember we still have 3 spells engraved and a Ray so we can protect ourselves in case. So here comes Eldlich, Golden Boy. Battle phase. Gonna attack. We're gonna get out Ray. Remember, if you do that, that's a bad idea because I'm just gonna plus off of Ray getting the engage as Shizuku, and nothing set too. That's really weird. Maybe they brick hardcore. So of course you search the engage. Drop a turn, Effect Veiler, meaning we can access code them. Of course we search the engage to bait out the Ash. We're gonna chain Eldlich. And they're going to chain Max C. Okay, I don't know why they didn't chain Max C to my Ray, right? Because you could have chained that to guarantee a draw. But I don't know. Maybe they want to prevent me from playing, right? That's the reasoning. So stuff's going to happen. Things are going to resolve. They're going to set Acuero. Acuero can banish my Ray. So that's no bueno. But we draw a Call by the Grave. So it doesn't really help against Eldlich, I think, unless they have an Ash. which could be. So I decided to go for Kagari because we can guarantee this goes through just in case because we have the call. Give him a draw. I'm gonna add the engage back. So now we're gonna have so much advantage. We're gonna draw for multi-roll first because we already have Widow Anchor, and we draw another Veiler. Of course, activate that. Activate another engage. We show Shark Cannon now because now we can banish that after we get rid of it. And we draw another call by. So of course, I'm gonna take this Eldlich. Gonna battle, attack, because we don't need to go to Hayate anymore because we have 3 spells in grave, and basically dumped anything important aside from maybe a Rose, but Rose isn't really relevant because they're not gonna play anything in the extra monster zone. So attack for 25. So then we're gonna use that effect to send that to grave, and of course we're gonna banish it, and he has nothing to chain towards it. So end phase, we're gonna set, and they quit. Okay. There's no way they can really come back after that, I think. Alrighty, that was alright. See, Eldlich isn't that bad when they don't open, skill drain and goes in match and Imperial Order, especially Imperial Order, that's the one. But let's move on. Alright, and we are back. Of course, we always blind second. I think I lost that roll. So, we drew an Ash, that's one at least. Drew a Ray, drew a Rose, a Rhoda, so basically another Ray, and a Jamming Wave. So all we can really do is hope. 1 for 1. And we're playing against Bird Up, I presume. So of course you gotta Ash that, because if you don't Ash that, they're gonna have so much advantage anyways. So hopefully they go neg 2, right? So we have 3 cards in hand. Just gotta pray that they don't have anything else to follow up, right? Because why would you play 1 for 1 first? Unless you want to get the negate out of the way. So maybe they're trying to debate me. Okay, they are trying to debate me. So they're gonna combo off. We know how it goes. Do a bunch of stuff. And search for Fractal Nerval, sorry. And do that, Man, it takes 1 card. Well, 2 cards, I guess, right? 1 card, but everything special summons each other. Fractal is what you usually try to effect Veiler, right? So they make Tri Brigade. Do a bunch of stuff. Samorg, so annoying. Thank goodness that was banned in TCG recently, because you can't target stuff, and it gets a special summon something from the end. So they're gonna pop off, blah blah blah. You guys know the deal. And they're gonna make and some blue Robin. Alright, this card is also really annoying because the effect is a once per turn. Isn't that great? And I can't target it either because there's some more. So they're gonna call end phase, of course. They're gonna search for Avian. Nope. Alright, Barry Statue. Every time someone summons Barry Statue instead of Avian, I get a little bit glad. Like, I'm very glad because Ray can get over that. Because if they summon Avian, that means we have to play against 1 negate, basically 2 spins probably, and then potentially a hand trap. So that's like 3 interactions. But hey, Barry Statue, I know it gets cheesy wins probably in lower ranks, but against Strikers, not a big deal. So thank goodness he decided to go for Barry Statue instead. Okay, we drew another Ray. That's all. But remember, gang, don't give up. Keep playing. That's rule number 1. Don't give up. Okay, we're gonna have to summon Ray because we have special summon anyway, so we're gonna attack the Barry Statue. Could attack this, but I mean, we gotta attack that, right? Because we can special summon a Rose potentially. Let's go attack. Alright, I decide not to tribute, use the effect, because if I do that, they're just gonna special summon, use the effect to, bounce mine back. And then if that gets special summoned, they just bounce it again, and I basically have no way to follow up. Unless I decide to use Rose's effect, but I think I was being dumb, and I had my thing set to off. Like an idiot. So, anyways, you'll see that. It was an option. I think kinda. Right, we have to target Fractal, basically baiting out the special summon, compulsory effect. Of course you do that. And this whole time I was like, why isn't my Rose? Does he have some stupid negate? So, end phase, we gotta go search for Hayate, see if he decides to proc that. Nope. So, Shizuku. Why'd I do that? We're just setting up for access code. Don't worry, it's all part of the plan. Because in a normal turn, it would have been in graveyard anyways, right? So, end phase decides not to spin this back for some reason. Maybe they're trying to do that on his turn, just in case I used to, he destroys this and then special summon that. That's probably what he was thinking. So we search engage, but remember we have literally no forms of interaction. So I'm like, here's the Avian. Nope. I guess they are not playing Avian. Or maybe they just think, oh, this guy has no negates, whatever. Don't need to play around it. So they're gonna decide to pop off. So remember, this is another one of those bird cards, I presume, not a hand trap. So they turn, you can special summon, but remember now they're screwed and they kind of locked into exceeds. But I guess it doesn't really matter because the only link monster that's relevant is basically Samoric and that thing, and I think they only play one of those. I'm not sure, but anyways, they're gonna exceed summon Recital Starling. You know the drill. That's gonna gain 300, sure. Gonna do a bunch of bird things. Bird call, special summon, la 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 la. We know the dealio. Sable Nightingale, of course. Now this thing can't be destroyed by battle. It also can't be, I think, Widow Anchored because of one of the exceeds material. Right? Control can't switch, and then your opponent cannot target with card effects. So this is like a wall. It's very annoying. And also remember, it has double, triple protection basically, and the only way I think I can get rid of it is through battle. But then I only can even die during battle. Yeah, because it can just quick effect, and then they won't destroy by battle. So if I draw Lightning Storm, I'm screwed. So summon Utopia Draco Future. Cool. Cool. Isn't that fun? This card is great too. Basically negates, can't be destroyed with card effect, so that means Widow Anchor is basically our only out. Remember, we haven't engaged. So and then anytime I activate any Skystriker effects, he's just gonna negate and then take control of it. So that's no bueno. So that's cool. I'm gonna do Nerval. Do that. I think they already summoned, so remember they have basically just a bunch of bird cards and the beast. Trebigate card, of course. I activate the Ray effect. He can negate it, but he won't get yeah, he can't get it because it's not on the field. So we can attack again. Cool. Remember we have another Ray, thank goodness. So end phase. You're gonna summon another bird. Whatever. Yeah, that's supposed. None of these are interactions. This is the only interaction they have in protection. So, remember, we have one spell engraved. All right, but this is good because that means we can target this at least. So of course, activate Area 0. We're gonna target the jamming waves. Hope we get lucky. Prosperity, Widow Anchor, and multi-roll. Okay, so what do you choose? Do you choose the Widow Anchor to negate this? Or do you choose the multi-roll to make sure all your spells are live? Well, of course, remember we have an engaged in hand, so that basically means we can search either one. But multi-roll is the better option because this goes to grave. That means there's two, so we need to get another way to get 3 spells in grave. So that's why you choose multi-roll. Multi-roll, gotta activate that. First, we're gonna send that to graveyard. So now we have 3, right? So now our engage is gonna be a +1. Which is great. So of course we special summon the Ray. We summon Hayate. Remember, because this one, if we summon, it's going to activate an effect, even though we can choose not to do that. There's no reason to. And of course we don't summon Kagari because that's just going to get negated by that. So the only option we have is Hayate, which isn't even that bad. So now we can engage without worrying about getting Ash. Of course we search a Widow Anchor. And then we draw an extra. We drew Maxi, good. Widow Anchor, we're going to take the Utopia Future. So, go take that. And now we can make the Kagari. And see if we can bait out a effect barrier, but we know they don't have that, probably. So we can have to engage back. So we enter battle. Of course, we got to crash into one of these things. So attack. You're both going to die. So yeah, basically this score would be destroyed by battle. Target one out of Samoric. This isn't a Samoric, so you gotta attack that. And then this card is in your graveyard. You can target one literalist monster you control. It's not really relevant at the moment. So of course now we switch to Shizuku because we're getting a little greedy. Now since we broke the board, it's time for us to make our board. So we're gonna add for a Shark Cannon, so in case we can banish anything. And we drew off another engage off engage. Sometimes you get lucky. So now drew an Ash too. So 1, 2, potentially 3. Well, no, 3. Well, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ways of interaction. You could say I maybe misplayed instead of I should have just held on to this just in case. I could have just set the Widow Anchor from the graveyard anyways and just hold on to this. But, you know, because we're playing hard into, like, what if they have Harpy's Feather Duster or, what is it, Lightning Storm? So, just gonna pass turn. You got like 4 cards to interact with the opponent. You're gonna summon, and then they just quit because they realize they can't break our board. Alright, remember guys, don't give up. Keep playing. You remember our starting hand? It was 2 raised, well 3 with the rotor, right? It rose and a jamming wave, and we still did it. We still did it. Just keep on playing. Alrighty, we'll move on to the next one. This is my outro song for free YouTube monies. Give me some likes and support me, please.